Hello, um, my name is Daniel Gergely. I'm an author of Old Stars, New Light, a book about astrology, tarot, and runes, 600 pages. You can find it on Amazon. Today, I just wanted to try to record the video. I don't do those very often, so no editing, just, wanted to tell you about restoration from very old ancient deck called Parisian deck, Tarot de Paris, by Gergely Bagameri, and you can find him on Etsy. Just Google him or search on Etsy. And this deck is remarkable in that first of all, Tarot de Paris is very unusual. It's not like, not quite like Tarot de Marseille. It's not like Italian decks. It's not like Flemish or Belgian tradition. So again, Tarot de Paris by Gergely. Now, what I want to do probably is go over the trumps first, and then very briefly the rest of the deck. One reason that I love this particular rendition of Tarot de Paris is that it's very, very clean, and you will see it in a moment. I don't have reprints or more literal restorations handy, but you would see it that it's not easy to distinguish between the colors, between the lines. The lines are somewhat blurry. This one is very, very clean. You can see the full here. It's a little different. No dog, no cat. Lovely colors. Very nice paper, not too thick, not too thin. Very nicely done. The next one is Magician. Again, it's different. It's different from, the Magician we all know, and it's different from Tarot de Marseille, Conman, or the circumcision key on the table there that Tarot de Noblet would have. This one is similar, but there is more action, whereas the street artist or the conman and some accomplices or some spectators. Monkey, donkey under the table. Very different, unusual deck. So I will go just one by one so you can see. This is Papessa or High Priestess, the usual book and the key. You can see the crown. I love the violet here, the color perhaps of intuition or spirituality. She's all covered in cloth as usual, signifying some mystery. To me it's intuition as well as curiosity. If you follow the legend of a young woman who pretended to be a man to become a pope, it's quite tenacity that is required to do that. The next one is Empress. In Tarot de Marseille, you would see her holding a shield with the eagle on it. You would see some references to Esther. This is different. This is just a very colorful, feisty woman there that had to keep track of the empire, and This is perhaps your husband, the emperor. This guy is kind of heavy, strong, powerful, stands for stability. The Pope, no usual students that are sitting there for Tarot de Marseille tradition. Again, the key, echoing the key of the High Priestess or Papess. Lovers or lover. Some elements are similar to other traditions like Cupid. Some elements are not. It's quite a racy card if you have that kind of imagination. A different kind of love, perhaps. And it's the whole deck has that kind of fun quality, unusual, surprising quality, if not shocking sometimes. Chariot, no horses or sphinx, but rather heavenly birds of some kind. The driver and the owner or the passenger, they're so different, somewhat different symbology. Still, to me, chariot is like elevation, abundance of sorts. Justice, true to older decks, justice is number 8, and then the strength or fortitude would be 11, right? But this justice is different. It's blind, it's two-faced, if you take a look, and there is a bit of manipulation there with the scale, right? So it's not always fair, it's not always just. The Hermit, the Wise Man, lamp, prayer beads, a cane or perhaps a slow match, you know, whatever tradition you follow, but something on the background, perhaps a temple or a palace, perhaps him living it. Wheel of Fortune, more or less the same, but no animals. People, you know, will be, have been, or, you know, kind of ups and downs of life, unpredictable roulette. The Strength has that animal, perhaps lion, but also has a broken column. So it combines two traditions. The one where Strength is holding a broken column, perhaps unfocused, unrestrained Strength is dangerous, can break things, but also, you know, restraining the animal. So it has both notions, and this is very interesting in this deck, where sometimes multiple notions are layered in one card. The Hangman, more or less usual, kind of emerging something. We don't have bags that some cards show. In it, perhaps Italian tradition, we don't have some other symbology that you may see on other cards, but very simple implementation there. death, kind of Tarot de Marseille style, but no, not necessarily cutting heads and hands. Just more of a kind of almost pulling a curtain, almost like things are not the way they seem. And this is what I like about this card, that it represents to me things are not the way they seem, change in perception. Like it is shocking, but it's not what you initially thought. And the way he or she is holding that that sai, that instrument, is showing that. Temperance, a little different. Second vessel, the lower vessel, is on the ground. A little mysterious there. This is one of the cards that if you are not using this edition by Gergely, but you were using a reprint or you know, more literal restoration, it would be very difficult to make the water versus the garment and so on, but here it is clear. So very, very good job, in my opinion, how this was done. Devil, holding chains, no usual people in chains, but no usual minions, but the reference is still there. A little theatrical as the other one on the Tarot de Marseille. So it has both the notion of the chains and the fear that is holding us back, perhaps, but also the kind of ambiguous notion of it. Kind of it's not the devil itself. It's something that happened to a person, perhaps, that is holding back. I like the some of the smaller faces on the body, perhaps a reference to how the body stores some elements of trauma, some traumatic experiences, and so on. This is a very unusual card. Another one that the original one in Paris in the museum is very hard to read. Very hard to read. This one is much cleaner. And this is said to be Mouth of Hell, that kind of creature that is guarding the mouth of hell, perhaps swallowing sinners and so on. So this is much more intense than the devil. If you think of hero's journey, like we progress from one card to another, then facing the devil will eventually result in some kind of work, right? You could call it trauma work or therapy or whatever, and that becomes much more intense. This would have been a tower, and the name suggests lightning. So in Flemish deck, this would have been a tree hit by lightning, but same intensity, but different implementation. Much more peaceful card, an astronomer or astrologer. Again, the violet for or purple for wisdom that is now acquired, the clarity. To me, this is a very detailed, scientific, learned card, not only intellectually, but spiritually learned, clear. I like to think that the star is ruled by Virgo, contrary to schools that say it's ruled by Aquarius. But regardless, you can see an astronomer here, or astrologer, like in Belgian tradition or Flemish tradition. Very interesting moon. Now, this is not a scientist, this is a musician. very different card. Serenading beloved, so the moon rules romance here. The moon is an inspiration, the moon is the expression of subconscious in music, in love, in romance. Very different, very interesting implementation. Again, before this deck, um, I could never clearly see. I was always fascinated by this card, but I could not clearly see, the musical instrument and who is the beloved, and so on. Now it's very clear. Then it's followed by the sun, as usual. Very unusual implementation again. The monkey, perhaps vanity, perhaps encouragement, perhaps playfulness, whatever you want to think of it. The shadow of the sun could be vanity, but the real power of the sun is kind of waking it up. Huge sun, just right there, beautiful colors. The deck always makes me smile, improves my mood. So it's one of the reasons I'm talking about it. The angel, justice, oops. A wake-up call. Maybe I was falling asleep. A wake-up call, bringing dead people from their graves. So encouragement to be courageous, call to action, alarm clock, wake-up call, call to awareness, call to self-awareness, whatever you want. And I love the faces of this deck, right? You look at the angel blowing this thing. It's very, and even those little people, you can see some facial expressions there. Finally, the world, the last card, 21, jackpot. You are on top of the world. I think this is the veil of separation between you and the world removed. So you are in the world but not of it. You are vertical. You are conscious. You are not separating yourself from the world, but you are aware that you are creating it, let us say, or you are in the middle of it, as well as on beyond its reach. It's a lot of symbology here. The penetrating sword. It's very similar to Belgian tradition, to Vieville or Flemish, but also those angels or cherubs that are breathing, or producing wind, turning the globe under your feet. Very beautiful card, very subtle choice of colors. I guess the gold for achievement and wisdom, and this neutral gray for kind of being beyond any judgment or separation or restriction. I don't want to make this video very long, so very quickly, the aces in this are very different. They are not just, let us say, a hand giving you introducing the suit, but they are some kind of animal that introduces it. So the rest will be similar, the coins, for example, or pentacles, but the initial coin or initial pentacle would be brought, let's say in this case, perhaps by a lion or some kind of creature, right? The middle cards are similar, but then you have the page or knave, or valet. That is different again. They are not as young as in some traditions, and you see the facial expression. They are studious, they are guardians of the suit, perhaps. They are helpers and students. Then you have more powerful revolutionary knights. The direction of the knight will depend on the suit. You will see that. Standing queen and standing king. Okay. Similar idea, a different animal introducing cups. And then you have those cups, sometimes slightly different arrangement or orientation from Tarot de Marseille, let's say. You have a valet or page or knave, you know, basically moving away from you, you know, for whatever reason. So this deck is keen on different orientations for each suite. The knight or chevalier, very different queen, very different character, and a king. And now that brings us to Ace of batons, sorry, Ace of swords, or a piece, and we progress to 2, 3, 4 swords and so on. Until we reach the page, the knight. The knight is moving away from you, perhaps it's moving north, right? Very active queen that will take no nonsense, and a king. And now we're introducing the batons or wands. So this is Ace of Wands, another animal introduces that. Different ones. I love these colors, right? It's like green for fresh and growing, and red for burning. You know, we use wood to burn. It's a very enthusiastic suit, very energetic, and gold for perhaps some knowledge or wisdom. It's or for the sun, right? More so, because you need sun to grow trees. The tree starts green and then ends up perhaps warming your house, burning red. It's like colors of Lithuanian flag, let us say. I happen to be from Lithuania, and that would be the flag. Beautiful colors, in my opinion. The valet of batons or wands, you can see different orientation, different perhaps east, let us say, for the knight, and you have a queen, and you have the king. So this is already a very long video. I just wanted to share the deck. You can buy it on Etsy. It's very well done. It clears, brings it back to life, and it's if you are a collector, or if you enjoy reading with ancient decks, or if you just want a smile on your face once in a while from those beautiful cards, I highly recommend it. You know, just pleasure to look at. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.